Brand new trend. 4.0 is men elevating men. 4.0 is setting a new trend. 4.0, 4.0, 4.0. 4.0, 4.0, 4.0. 4.0, 4.0, 4.0. 4.0, 4.0, let's go. 4.0, let them hoes in the go.
Mr. 1008. Blockwell.
Mic check. Turn me up in the headphones. Mic check. Let's go.
Know some real niggas in the pen. Free A-boy. Blew up in the 10 like MJG and A-boy. They see more bricks of China stacked in a great wall. On my third strike, it's just a friendly game of baseball. They have emotion with the pills, cocaine and dog. All of my soldiers in the field grew up straight and taught. All of my soldiers in the field stood up straight and taught. The memoirs of an orphan. We who ate the sharks. Call me Gem Star, cousin nigga cut razor sharp. Big 227 patriarch. Took the panties off the pint, had her showing all her lady parts. We done went digital, my nigga talking state of art. These niggas ain't no killer whales, just some baby sharks. Pocket like a long shark, finna take the charge. $1,000 chrome heart hoodie, I be breaking hearts. It's Heartbreak Hotel, and I'm the hitman. Told my teacher when I grow up, I'ma be the brick man. Big creature niggas know that we some pig pins. Puzzle piecing out a jigsaw down in St. Paul. May the best man win when it takes off. May the best man win when it takes off. I pray my left hand spin if they take me off. Make sure that my son know that I always stood up straight and tall. To a track from a Tina to a baseball. Now I cut up 288 8-balls. Know some real niggas in the pen. Free 8-ball. Blew up in the 10 like MJG and 8-ball. They see more bricks of China stacked in a great wall. On my third strike, it's just a friendly game of baseball. They have emotion with the pills, cocaine and dog. All of my soldiers in the field grew up straight and tall. Catching pops at the Valero, I was selling dope. Big can barrel looked like the back of a telescope. Weather the storm had the shivers, damaging my liver. Had to plow through the snowstorm, now my neck a blizzard. 300 diddy bop bop. If I press the issue, you respect the nigga got shot. We respect who hit you. Beam on the Cyclops. I thread the needle, big creature like I'm Sasquatch with this desert eagle. I hit a nigga flush, dead in this ball spot. For where we treat the blue and whites like some more cops. My feds double bunking beds on the compound. I'm just trying to stay the fuck out of the way, my dog. To a track from a Tina to a baseball. Now I cut up 288 8-balls. Know some real niggas in the pen. Free 8-ball. Blew up in the 10 like MJG and 8-ball. They see more bricks of China stacked in a great wall. On my third strike, it's just a friendly game of baseball. They have emotion with the pills, cocaine and dog. All of my soldiers in the field grew up straight and tall. All of my soldiers in the field stood up straight and tall.
Everybody straight and tall. Everybody knows when. Everybody knows when.
Man, everything gonna be good, gang. I promise. This me you talking to. I just gotta stay out the way. Long as don't nothing fly my way, nigga, shit. We to the tippy.
Mic check, mic check.
I am.
Yeah, we got the good Perfect Timing podcast in the building. Everybody,
Yeah.
everybody doing that. Tap in, family. We got the, make sure you share the video.
I'm out the way, gang.
My wife just hit me. So what you want for dinner?
It don't matter what you
El
want.
Pollo Loco.
You the baddest nigga, so you better.
El Pollo Loco. El Pollo Loco.
I just need my brother back, and I know it's
El
gang
Pollo
time. You hear me?
Loco. Straight and tall, man. All my brothers stand up straight and tall, man. 5.0, man. This is one of my favorite songs. Sometimes I share with y'all what I listen to sometimes.
Yeah.
Right now.
Black Wax.
I really been bumping this album, man. There's nothing. This album is Bodie James, Nick Craven, and it just speaks to the soul, man. It's like, you know how we have soul music, but this is the closest thing to soul music for me right now. And I know a lot of real ones tap into the podcast. And everybody can't tap in, everybody can't tap into the podcast live, but everybody that can tap into the podcast live, I just want y'all to just feel some of this. I just need y'all to feel some of this. We're gonna talk about some
This is concrete.
situations.
Even if they see me up shit creek without a paddle, it's gang time mafia.
Check this out. It's so simple.
Yeah. Black Wax. Fuck is we at with? Nick Craven. 227. Concrete. Skitty. Code word for brick is white ones. My young and middle man, me two pair. Put a one on the one. That's a friendly game of two square. 80 a gram, we ship them up quick as the coupe gear. A nigga lay a hand on baby man, we going nuclear. Gave him the art of rock climber, now that's a cliffhanger. Hard tied your bitch up for them blocks and them rectangles. Was there a game before I ever had my shoes laced. Left my phones in the city just so they can lose trace. Lost track of time, shooting CeeLo, me and cocaine. In the jungle, yeah, I run with jackals and I know hyenas. Leave a nigga stiff as a statue and we can't catch you. Blood on his dingy white teeth, look like a pay spec. 3,300 a day, that's 100,000 a month. I'm slapping in the country town, out of that town and country. 3,300 a day, that's 100,000 a month. Slapping in that country town, out of that town and country. Whatever.
Make sure you're funky nasty.
It ain't no shortages. Put up a brick for adoption, this ain't no orphanage.
I'm also live on
Project
Facebook,
for the
bitch ass,
zombies,
racist ass,
looking
fuck
like a
ass.
horror flick.
And
Got
all the
some
racist
dynamite blow, this is stronger than the
dick
quarter
back.
stick. So we out with it. It ain't no
I'm
shortages.
still live on all
Came
the
up off
locations.
the
I'm still
bill,
building my
skills and them
empire.
scorpions.
Despite the racism, despite the haters.
It ain't
Y'all
no
fuel me. Y'all
shortages.
getting
Still
me fuel. I
trapping
know
out that
motherfuckers
brick
looking like
house
he
and ain't
live
no
again.
mortgage.
He live again. He live again.
It's that Detroit shit where we pray on the
I'm
weak
about to
and
get
pray
you,
for
bitch,
the
you.
less fortunate.
Yeah, I'm about to
Pistol
get
fit
bitch
perfect
you.
in my
And I'm not
pants,
just
clip
live again,
proportionate.
bitch you. I'm in the
Had to learn
studio,
to start
bitch.
working my
I'm in the
hand and
studio,
quit
bitch, on a
forcing it.
big
Stuff
microphone,
a
bitch.
drum and
A big microphone
violin, that's
costs more than your
orchestra.
bitch. A big
Brick
microphone
became
stand that
so we
costs
was
more than your
trapping out
bitch.
that
Big
Corsican.
audio equipment.
Wrist breaker
Big mic,
records, get
bitch.
them for the
Big old
shorty
TV,
Elo
bitch.
down in Charlotte with the waters, nigga boiling like LaMelo. T27
Bitch
creature
ass.
gang,
You know what I'm
Griselda
saying? We
fashion
coming in
rebels,
today,
spin
man.
that
We got
bass
some
up
real
so
serious
fast,
conversations
DJ
talking about some
forgot to
music,
add the
money, and
treble.
sports show.
Bet whatever,
Hosted and
we gon'
created
wet
by
whoever
Perfect
that
Timing
we catch
Podcast. My name is
together.
Perfect. That's
Disney
one
on
given
ice,
to
the
me by
way
the
I
internet.
slide
A
with
lot
this
of niggas
double
have different
decker.
internet
Turn
names. You
50
know what I'm
to
saying?
100
You got
grams, I
People
had to
Rap,
stutter
you got Big
stepper.
Cap,
Popped up in
a
your
lot of
city
bullshit on the
with a
internet,
half
but the
man
internet
and
is so
Chevy
good to
check.
me. God is so
For all
good
the
to me. That's
birds
why I'm
flock
praying over
together,
the
come and
podcast.
pluck a
I
feather.
pray a
I
blessing
swear
and a
that
covering over
A1
everybody
y'all
listening.
up until
Because I
it's
came up
bubble
with this shit as
letters.
Big D, and man.
Skitty.
Big D, man. In
It
lights,
ain't no
my wife bought me
shortages.
neon
Put
lights.
up a
Big D.
brick for
Big D
adoption,
at
this
night
ain't
was
no
my first show.
orphanage. Project for the
Who don't
zombies,
want no
looking
Big
like
D
a
at night?
horror
The bitch
flick.
do.
Got
Who
some
don't want no Big
dynamite
D
blow,
in the
this is
morning? The
stronger
bitch
than
do.
a quarter
Huh?
stick. So we out with it. It ain't no shortages. You came up off the
That
bill,
was my
skills
first
and
show.
them scorpions.
Big D at night, every
Skitty.
night at 8 o'clock. Big
It ain't
D in
no
the morning, every
shortages.
day at
Still
8 in the
trapping
morning.
out that
Who don't
brick
want no
house
Big
and
D
ain't
in the
no
morning? Get that
mortgage.
bitch going. Go get that money for
227.
daddy, baby girl. You motherfucking right. Big D in the morning, Big D at night. Nigga, I have my name in lights, nigga. And then I did what I did so well, so swell. Everybody's like, okay, Perfect Timing, you should go by Perfect. Perfect. Motherfuckers start calling me Perfect. and the name just stuck. You feel what I'm saying? The name just stuck because it is what it is. What I say
I'm
about
getting this shit
Perfect,
together.
the
I'm
name
getting this
Perfect,
shit together as we speak,
and
my
how,
nigga.
you know, I be places with people with intelligence and respect. I say my name Perfect, and no one has
Shit, I'm
ever debated or
downtown
argued
overlooking
my
the
moniker.
west end and the west of the
Everybody
city.
sees perfection in me.
Sitting
Whenever
here
I
with
quote my name,
my
my
Canada
moniker,
peoples
you
from
know what I'm saying, the
Montreal.
brand, everybody say,
We
okay,
working,
Perfect, let's have a conversation.
thugging,
They
feel me,
understand
getting
from the
high.
voice, from the vernacular,
I'm
from the
sipping good
baritone.
drink.
You know what I'm saying? You are
I got
perfect. I get
motherfucking
called perfect
some
everywhere I
thunder
go.
ass weed, nigga.
But the thing about
Feel
Big
me,
D versus Perfect is
nigga.
that other
$700
people saw
dunks
perfection
on.
in me.
Feel me?
I had apprehension about going by the name
Yeah,
Perfect for a
hell
long
yeah,
time.
nigga. Canada.
When I really stepped into it, what God told me when God was speaking to me about it, what he said to me was,
what else?
I had a perverted perception of
Concrete.
I thought,
227.
a lot of times when I come on the
No
panel,
punches.
and I say my name
No
is
break
perfect, a lot
lines.
of
My
people get
niggas
upset.
really crunching.
A lot of
Facing numbers,
Negroes
not
will
no
say
state
nothing is
time.
perfect.
Stringing
Even today, I
bells,
heard
what's the heading like I'm
people talking
Abraham.
about
Screaming free my
perfect.
niggas in the
I heard
feds.
come up
Trey
again.
now.
Nobody's perfect. Nothing is perfect. But these individual Negroes have a perverted perception with perfection, right? Let me break down what true perfection is, right? Even before I get started on what true perfection is,
Welcome back.
let's
Fuck
go
you mean?
into
I ain't never left. Lately
I'll
I've
give
been
you
by
an
myself,
example before I
shaking
even
down and
start
coming.
my description of what true perfection is. I'll give an example: the Leaning Tower of Pisa. So we're gonna start with the Leaning Tower of Pisa. The Leaning Tower of Pisa is considered perfection. Perfection, yet it's imperfect at the same time. So a lot of us, including myself, when I first went by the name Perfect, I had a perverted perception of what perfection was. I thought perfect was perfect. So if most Negroes, right? If most Negroes, they go to cover of the album right there, Fair Exchange, No Robbery, that's some real bass shit right there. Shout out to Nick Craven. He from Canada, white boy from Canada, Bodie James from the D, Fair Exchange, No Robbery, man. What's up? You see your boy Perfect Timing Podcast with the glass in this bitch. Hey, everybody rocking with me. Thank you so much, because I got so many internet problems. Internet problems. So, but hey, it ain't just me. I was fucking with my boy. Shout out Ratchet TV. I was on the Ratchet TV panel today. And I noticed Ratchet numbers been lower. I've been seeing a lot of the black content creators been dealing with this shit where our numbers is really low. Ratchet usually has thousands of viewers, right? And Ratchet's chat has been very slow. I've seen Ratchet with like double digits. Ratchet TV never has double digits. He always has at least 4 digits in his people watching, always multiple thousands of people. But lately I noticed Ratchet been fucked with. A lot of black content creators been slowed down on the platform. But it's all right. We're going to keep this shit smashing, man. Ratchet ain't letting up. I'm not letting up. I'm going live every day. I'm still throwing out my shorts. I'm coming live on multiple platforms. My Rumble is in the link every day. I'm going to put my Rumble in the description. I truly believe that I don't truly have internet problems. Like, I contact me in StreamYard. I pay a lot of money to StreamYard. So I don't really think I have internet problems. I have trolls, and I reported. That's why I say fuck YouTube. YouTube is racist, but it's not just YouTube being racist. It's the American Negro. It's the mental health of the American Negro. So the American Negro is racist, right? The American Negro has such a mental health problem that YouTube is allowed to marginalize black content creators. Because it's the American Negro is black. I don't really say black no more ever since Kanye West, because I'm not black. I'm not a crayon color. So my mother recently passed. I got my mother birth certificate. Negro is not a negative term, so I'm going to say Negro, even though Negro, as the same people say Negro is black, but I'm going to say Negro. And if YouTube has a problem with that, I'm going to say fuck YouTube again, because YouTube can't fucking dictate our motherfucking speech all the motherfucking time. So fuck YouTube, racist ass. Hey, whatever happened to Corey's video? You think YouTube would have had to come out with a video after Corey show all that evidence and he's at 14 million subscribers? You think YouTube would have said something and came out and spoke to the fact that Corey exposed the fact that YouTube has a racist algorithm and racist policies? YouTube didn't even say shit. That's how much they give a fuck about black content creators. But then they'll do a black content creator special, but you won't address what Corey said. You won't even say that Corey was wrong. You won't even say that Corey was wrong. You just don't say shit at all. That's the most insulting fucking thing YouTube could have did. Fuck YouTube. YouTube is fucking racist, and they don't give a fuck about black content creators. And what makes it worse is the ignorant black content creators. Black content creators don't stick together. We are all in competition. This was happening in America for black people since the fucking civil rights movement. They divide and conquer. They make all the blacks compete against each other for this fucking 1,000 subscribers. And then they take away the motherfucking monetization. Then they won't give you a job. It's to create fucking revenue for YouTube. I said this before. We are slaves. We are slaves to this fucking YouTube monster. Fuck you, YouTube, because this video is going up on all of my other platforms. I don't believe that I have a fucking internet problem. I think YouTube is racist. StreamYard contacts me every day. StreamYard works extremely hard to make sure I have the best live stream possible, but yet still I have internet problems with the racist YouTube platform. YouTube is racist as fuck. Anybody who give a fuck about my podcast, call YouTube, email YouTube, let them know. You got a motherfucking problem on your hands with this racism and this racist algorithm. We want a statement. We want a statement about the Corey debacle, about your racist algorithm. Prove to us that you don't have a racist algorithm, because no rebuttal has come from YouTube. I said before that they keep us down. They keep us below 10,000 subscribers. They keep us low so that we fight with each other. All the black men beef with each other. So that's how, if y'all really want to know how Just Pearly Things came in and took over, it's because we don't get along. Shout out to DJ Kuda. We lack collaboration. We lack cooperation. I was talking to my wife about power, and I was upset. And I said, the black man, and it's powernomics, right? We lack power, and I was listening to my self-help coaches, and I got upset because they were giving the keys to power and wealth, and I know the keys already. But what bothered me is that the American Negro lacks the mechanisms to accomplish it, right? And it comes down to powernomics. Claude Addison had powernomics out for so long, and we still haven't applied it. It's like we like being in the muck. We like being in the lowest position on the totem pole. Powernomics been out for how long? 20, 30 years? So what is the key? Collaborative cooperation. And you know what my wife, my non-black wife, my beautiful non-black wife said? She stopped me and she said, baby, she said, daddy, she said, you know, cooperation is a compound word. And what's the key to cooperation? My wife is highly intelligent. And she gave me this gem. I'm going to share it with you. Mrs. Perfect Timing, Team Perfect. What's the key to cooperation, Daddy? Cooperate. She said both parties need to be operational. Well, Hafez was talking to Just Pearly Things, and Just Pearly Things said, I just do what I do for entertainment. And Hafez just said, I'm doing what I'm doing because we have a problem in our community about collaborative cooperation. And a lot of the red pill, Black Manosphere content creators focus on one side of the pill. But in order for us to cooperate successfully, in order for us to collaborate, we have to both be fully functional. In order for us to cooperate, the Black woman has to be fully operational and the Black man has to be fully operational. You can't, that's the only way you cooperate. And it was a gem that she gave me because we use these words and we forget the definition and the context of the word. Cooperation, we hear it in school. You sing songs about it as a child, sharing and cooperate. But the key to our dysfunction as Black women, Black men, as a Black family, and I've been speaking to you about different demographics. The reason why I spent so much time on the Roger Report panel is because the importance of Black family. The reason why the LGBT community fought for gay marriage is the importance of family, and the key to power and wealth in America is family. It's family. And to have a successful family, a family is a corporation, in case you didn't know. A family, they scare you for marriage. That's what Hafez was talking about. So Hafez was so right. Just Pearly Things wants to entertain and use black trauma to make money, but her father was able to amass wealth because of family. 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 His wife never divorced him. His wife helped him in his business. His wife worked for him. His wife nurtured the kids, allowed him to do things that black men dream and create all the goddamn time. Just Pearly Things is the epitome of the bullshit that she is talking about. Just Pearly Things doesn't exist without strong, healthy cooperation, collaborative support, and family. But the bitch don't preach family. The bitch don't preach family, though. Not to blacks. She talks shit to black women. She put ignorant black women on there. She don't talk to black women who believe in family, who understand wealth and power economics and collaborative cooperation. And in order for to be the strong family, that I have to be fully operational, just like my husband has to be fully operational. We have to cooperate. See, I don't think motherfuckers understand. It took my wife to tell me to reframe my context and definition of the word cooperate. Fuck you, YouTube. Fuck you, you racist ass platform. And fuck everybody coming in and out of my chat. Fucking with my motherfucking algorithm. Fucking with my motherfucking live stream. Go watch something else. You pussified ass bitch, you. And that's another thing about Negroes. If the audio ain't perfect, if the internet ain't perfect. But you know, if I watch somebody that I like, if I'm watching Ratchet TV, if I'm watching Kev Gills could go to the bathroom. Kev Gills could roll a blunt. Ratchet could go feed the dog. We all gonna stay and watch Ratchet. We all gonna stay and watch Kev Gills TV. That's how I know it's haters who watch me. Because if it was someone who loved me, they would be watching through the internet trauma and they would be putting in the chat, hey, perfect, you having internet issues. But I'm still watching. Hey, perfect, I'm gonna email YouTube because it seems like you're right. They keep fucking with your live stream. But for some reason, I garner these individuals, but it's going to be so fun. I'll go dance with your badass. It's going to be so fun. My day in the sun coming. I believe in God. My grandmother passed away. I have a guardian angel hovering over me. I lived through a covering. A human being could not affect me. No, I'm 50 years old. I have an awesome life. No human has been made that can affect me. The same thing goes for you. Anybody 5.0 in the building, put a 5 in the chat. No human being can affect me. Like I say, grandma say you can't take my joy. No human being can affect me. I'm created by God. The breath of God created me. He molded me out of clay. He molded me and you out of clay and then breathed a breath, a godly breath. And then we became life. And then from me, he removed my rib to make my beautiful wife. How can someone else outside of that equation affect my joy, happiness, and pursuit of those things? People think because they watch or they don't watch, because they subscribe or they don't subscribe, that they have an effect or they do something to a content creator. Every day I'm live, I'm still growing. I know the people who hate me can't stand the fact that I'm still growing. I'm becoming more intelligent, look at my teeth. I'm not faking that. Look at my teeth. Look how white my teeth is on screen compared to the camera and all the other colors. I'm not faking this. I'm blessed. I'm blessed. I'm 50 years old. You see my teeth. You see my pearly whites. God must be shining down on me. And I'm not going to stop thanking him and praising him and praying and covering over everybody who fuck with me and the haters. Hey, I give it up to God because you're going to have to deal with the devil. See, I grew up with the devil. Me and the devil was intimate. The devil was my mother was my mother was the devil's lover. I have an intimate knowledge of a demon and the devil, homeboy. See, that's the thing about this generation. This generation, you walk around full of fear. All you people who pose me, you full of fear. You don't know death. You don't know the devil. You don't know the demon. That's why you so infatuated with Power and 50 Cent and Ghost, because you see death, you see devil, you see the demon. It intrigues you. That's the thing about the darkness, the dark side. Shout out to Luke. I am your father. The dark side is intriguing. You see 50 Cent, you see Ghost, you see death, and you don't know it. And you think it's sweet. Trust me, I know. You think it's sweet. You hear King Von, you hear FBG Duck, you hear Little Durk, and you think death is sweet. It's not sweet, homeboy, until you get a taste. And then you start to understand some scripture, and you start to say, man, a cup runneth over. And then you be like, I thought cup runneth over was always a good connotation, but your cup could run over of blood. That bloodlust, be careful what you wish for. That bloodlust, your cup could run over. Just like your cup could run over of goodness and blessings, your cup could run over of evil and destruction. You start dancing with the devil. Because the devil want to dance. 5.0 don't dance. The devil want to dance. The devil don't never stop dancing. 24/7 party. All you Amber Roses, all you slut walks. The devil want to dance. The devil got a party going right now. Oh, you thought you was done? Y'all want to party? Y'all want to get BBLs? Y'all want to go out and be promiscuous? The devil not going to stop dancing. The music won't stop. Somebody think the music, no, God don't cut off the music. It's a narrow path. The path to hell in Satan is broad and wide, and many find it, because the lights don't, it's the Sin City. It's Las Vegas. The lights are on in Las Vegas 24/7. That's the broad path. You can find the devil easy. It's naked girls, it's weed smoke, it's spirits guiding you down the path of destruction. It's a broad path, but the narrow path, see, the narrow path, the light goes off. Holy smoly. Fudge sickle, butterscotch pickle. The narrow path has a time limit. The narrow path, the light goes off, homeboy. Remember the women with the oil? See, let me go. I love that scripture. God is so good. God be blessing me with stuff, man. Remember I just talked about the women with the oil. And then see the narrow path, remember, cut them off at the path. See, the narrow path closes. The narrow path doorway is not always open. Those women who didn't have their oil, the path closed. They were on the narrow path. Remember what my big brother said? My big brother said that once you get on a narrow path, that's why God created the devil, to make sure that you were seaworthy, because a lot of you niggas jump ship. Your niggas get showed the narrow path, you get on the narrow path, and you start acting a monkey. So God created the devil to tempt you. Okay, you on a narrow path, but are you straight and tall? Woo!
Now I cut up 288 8-boys. Know some real niggas in the pen, free 8-boy. Blew up in the 10 like MJG and 8-boy. They see more bricks of China stacked in the Great Wall. On my third strike, it's just a friendly game of baseball. Been having motion with the pills, cocaine and dog. All of my soldiers in the field grew up straight and tall. All of my soldiers in the field stood up straight and tall.
All my soldiers in the field stood up straight and tall.
The memoirs of an orphan. We who ate the sharks. Call me Jim Star, cause a nigga cut razor sharp. Big 227 patriarch. Took the panties off the pint, had her showing all her lady parts. We done went digital, my nigga talking state of art. These niggas ain't no killer whales, just some baby sharks. Pocket like a long shark, finna take the charge. $1,000 chrome heart hoodie, I be breaking hearts. It's heartbreak hotel. And I'm a hit man, told my teacher when I grow up, I'ma
said
be the brick
Hakuna
man.
Matata
Big
is a
preacher
song
niggas
for
know that
a
we some
child.
pig
There
pigs.
is no
Puzzle
Hakuna
piecing all the
Matata.
jigsaw
There is no
down in St.
fantasy
Paul.
free
May
for
the
the rest
best
of your
man win
days,
when it
even
takes
on a
off.
narrow
May
path.
the best man
Jesus
win
was
when it takes
tested.
off. I
There
pray
was a
my
lamb
left
in the
hand
bush,
spin if they
even
take
on the,
me off. Make sure that
especially
my
on the narrow
circle
path. What
out.
I
Always
tell you
stood up
yesterday,
straight and
once you
tall.
get on the
To
boat,
attract from
the
a tennis
test
to a
comes
baseball.
once you get on the
Now I
boat.
cut up 288
Once you
eight
get on the
bars. Know
narrow
some
path,
real niggas
then
in
the
the
test
pen.
in
Free
the
8 ball.
storm.
Blew up in the 10 like MJG and 8 ball.
Fuck
But
up
see
out of
my
here
bricks
if
of
I'm too
China
loud.
stacked in a great wall. On my third strike, it's just a
Oh,
friendly
y'all
game
can't
of
stand
baseball.
y'all.
Been having motion with the pills, cocaine and
Disloyal,
dog. All of my soldiers in the
unbehaving,
field grew up straight and
bitch ass
tall. Catching
motherfuckers
pops at
don't
the
watch my
Valero, I
shit.
was
Don't come in
selling
and out of my
dope. Big
chat.
can barrel looked like the back of a telescope.
Sensitive, I'm an
Weathered the
artist.
storm, had the shivers
I'm an
damaging my
artist. Don't
liver.
come
Had
in
the
and out of my
clouds through
chat
the
with your bitch
snowstorm.
ass.
Now my neck the
Don't watch
blizzard.
them
300
fraudulent
bop
phonies.
bop.
There's a
If I
lot of
press the
frauds,
issue,
man. I'm up
respect the
here
nigga
preaching,
got shot.
giving
We
out my
respect the hit
testimony.
you. Beam on the
Nobody here if
Cyclops.
you're not a
I
real one.
thread the needle, big creature like I'm Sasquatch with this
All of my
desert
soldiers
eagle.
in the
I hit
field
a
stood up
nigga
straight and
flush, dead in
tall.
this bar spot. For where we treat the blue and
I
whites
put up
like some mall cops.
227
My
8
feds got me
balls.
bunking
Know some
beds
real
on the
niggas in the
compound.
hood. Free
I'm
8
just trying to stay
ball.
the fuck out of the way, my dog. To
Most of the
attract
words
from a
in the
tennis
song,
to
the
a
hook, you don't
baseball.
even know.
Now I cut
That's
up
why you leave. The niggas
288
don't even
8
know what you
balls. Know
fucking
some real
saying.
niggas
Square,
in the
bare
pen.
ass
Free
nigga.
8 ball. Blew up.
Soldiers in the hood stood up straight and tall, nigga. What?
In the 10 like MJG and 8 ball. They see more bricks of China stacked in a great wall. On my third strike, it's just a friendly game of baseball. Been having motion with the pills, cocaine and dog. All of my soldiers in the field grew up straight and tall. All of my soldiers in the field stood up straight and tall.
Everybody grows straight and tall. Everybody knows
Everybody grows straight and tall. Everybody don't grow. All my soldiers in the field grew up straight and tall. Oh, my shout out to my soldiers and my loved ones, man. 5.0, 5.0, 5.0. It's a narrow path, man. It's a narrow path, man. And on the narrow path, the door is not open. On the narrow path, the door not open 24/7. Those women who didn't have the oil at the appropriate time, they lost the ability to continue on the narrow path. Just because they would have went into the party of the bridegroom and got married, it's still effort. I just explained to you about the cooperation needed to be a successful family, which is a cooperation, a corporation, the cooperation, a corporation. That's just the beginning of that path. But their journey was stopped. So that love for my big brother was so powerful. Cause I'll be dealing with stress, I'll be dealing with trials and tribulation. The devil was created to make sure that God's chosen ones is ship shape and sea worthy. A lot of people don't understand the reason why the devil exists. The devil exists to tempt those who has been sent to lead the kings, the one of them ones who find the narrow path. God has put me on this earth to be one of the chosen ones on the narrow path. So yes, I battle the devil on a daily basis, and he can't get none. I'm still here. He can't get none. I got my seeds to live on. The devil can't have me. And you couldn't extrapolate whatever you want from this, because people hear devil and God, and the Negro is so single-minded. They hear devil and God in prayer, and they can't go to the duality of good and bad, good and evil. They hear the analogy of the narrow path, and they get caught up in Christianity and the Bible, and they lose. See, there's a lack of ability to decipher game. You get game from anywhere if you're able to extrapolate it. That's why we fail in school. You can't learn from a white teacher. The white teacher has some take the meat, spit out the bones. But people get thrown off by these terms, devil and God, good and evil. I'm speaking about the duality, which is life. And everybody has to grow straight and tall, or you wither and die. Because if you don't go straight and tall, then you will not receive the sun's rays and perform photosynthesis to create new flooring to make new life and new flowers and blossom. So the whole reason why the plant is growing straight and tall is trying to get to the sun. It's trying to get to God. It needs the download. What if the sun is the mother computer? It's just a seed, right? So the seed needs the download from the mother computer over where I'm gonna be an apple tree, I'm gonna be an olive tree. But if I don't get the sun, if I don't get the download from the mother computer, the sun, I never become shit. If I'm not rooted strongly to where I can grow straight and tall, let's talk about it, man. If I'm not rooted properly, if I'm not planted in the field, that's what he said, right? All of my soldiers in the field grew up straight and tall. How do you ensure that all of your seeds grow up straight and tall? You got to plant them properly. That means the soil has to be nurtured, healthy, thriving. You got to plant them appropriately deeply so that the roots could grow. And you have to move away all the brush, the debris, and the rocks so that they're able to grow straight and tall. Why is it so important for them to grow straight and tall? Fuck you, YouTube. Hey, if I have to, I'll say fuck you, YouTube, till you shut it down. Fuck you, YouTube. Fuck you, YouTube. Fuck you, YouTube. Fuck you, YouTube. Fuck you in your ass, YouTube. Now, I don't give a fuck. Fuck you, YouTube. Fuck you, YouTube. Fuck you, YouTube. Fuck you, YouTube. Y'all subscribe to my Patreon. I'm done with this motherfucking YouTube shit. How I got everything going the way it's going, and all of a sudden, internet problems. People come in and out of chat, numbers fucked up. I just want y'all to know one thing. Everybody not the same. Some people are not the same. I'm a special person. I'm a special breed. Y'all gotta understand what's actually truly happening. I got an example. I gotta understand what's truly happening. And this is a thing that should make you excited to invest. Hit the Cash App, $ Big D Rants. This shit should make you excited to invest. Because the inspiration that I give the people to hate, that's what's going to fuel our success. That's what's going to fuel our success. The inspiration I give people to hate, that's what's going to fuel our success. Because the tide always, it's a season, and the tide, the pendulum always swings. So I keep telling people, man, y'all just gotta be. If I was y'all, if I was a moderator, if I was a supporter of 5.0, I'd be so excited, man. I'd be so excited for what's to come. Because you got to understand how how powerful it is for somebody to be this hateful on a daily basis, every day. These people who team up to hate me find the energy. That's powerful, right? They find the energy to do so. That means a lot, man. So that's the fuel. That's what's going to fuel us. That's what's going to fuel us. Because the same way people hate on the slusher, including StreamYard, YouTube, the same way people hate on a slusher, the same way people gonna love. The same way people hate on the slusher, the same way people gonna love. And there's gonna be a time, it's gonna be a time when people could say, I knew this day was gonna come. Because as much as those people hated you the imperfect, it's how these people love you now. Because I damn sure got some people who hate, people who love to see me get upset and say different things. I don't mind. I watch Black Ram, and what I love about other content creators like Black Ram is an empath, and when Black Ram has his moments where he's what's a good word? When he's expressive, it just reminds me that me and Black Ram is around the same age. Black Ram worked in the prison. He handled people like me. So I really relate to Black Ram because most of black men, like I'm in this content creator thing and there's a lot of pussies. The people who watch me is pussy. The people who do the content is pussy. So I really like Black Ram. And Black Ram might not know, but one of the people who encouraged me to keep going was Last Crucible. One of the people who was one of the Black Rams, like really OG. And Last Crucible is another real motherfucker for whatever matters. It may not never be a lot of people watching me. Because if someone like a Last Crucible can find me, that means the bitch ass niggas is not gonna find me because oil and vinegar, oil and water don't mix. Oil and water don't mix. So if a Last Crucible will find me and watch me, and the Last Crucible email me, got at me like, brother, keep going. This shit, real shit. A lot of you don't even know who the Last Crucible is. You think Angry Man is a real nigga. That's the bar. The bar has been set so low. That's why Perfect Timing may not never have a lot of people in my chat supporting like that, because it's not a lot of real niggas. And I know the things I say make you bitch ass niggas feel a certain way. Because you bitch ass niggas want to believe you a real nigga, and you want to believe you that nigga, and you want to think to yourself that you can fuck with Perfect. But I'm 50 years old and I ain't met that nigga yet. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I'm 50 years old and I ain't met that nigga yet, but I met a lot of niggas like you niggas who think they can fuck with Perfect. From the 3rd grade to YGC, to Log Cabin, to 850 Bryant, to Lakeview, to Sacramento, to San Francisco, to Arizona. I met a lot of bitch ass niggas from the East Coast to the West Coast to the Midwest. And you ain't left your small town. You ain't never left Atlanta, Georgia. You ain't never left Texas. You ain't never left North Carolina. Well, I done been all over this motherfucker. 6'2", 255 ass pounds, and a lot of bitches and niggas have come up to me wanting a challenge, and I'm still here, you pussy ass niggas, you. Y'all could eat a dick. Every motherfucker nigga on this YouTube could eat a dick. I don't give a fuck about none of you niggas in the chat. I don't give a fuck about nobody watching. I don't give a fuck about nobody content creator. Can't nobody fuck with me in this shit. You niggas is pussy. And I'm tired of the fake love. And I love roasting. My time is coming. And my time is coming. And I'm slutting. I'm slicing. I'm slicing and dicing like a motherfucking hammer. I'm slicing and dicing like a motherfucking hammer. My time is coming. My time is coming. I'm slicing and dicing like a motherfucking hammer. My time is coming. You know what the other part is? It's black men. Why Kevin Samuels went to the model with black women? Because black men ain't shit. Kevin Samuels went to the model with black women because black men ain't shit. He had the funk with Minister Jap. He had the funk with everybody. Black men are the ones who fuck with my shit. Black men are the most feminine things in America right now. That's the problem. Tracy support. Deborah support. As adults and humans, they might not like everything I say, but they support. Niggas, you niggas think you doing me a favor. You niggas not doing me a favor. I'm doing you a favor. I'm really I don't even be wanting to go live. I go live to bring gems and teach shit that Negroes don't even know about and don't even have perspective on, to make you a better person, a better citizen. Civics, politics, music, money, and sports is just a mask for me to talk about politics and civics. You notice I talk a lot about politics and court cases. It's 5 o'clock. My wife gonna be home soon. We did 45 minutes. I didn't even get to my topics yet. Because I really didn't want to go live today. I think that's why I'm roasting so much. My views have been so low, I don't feel encouraged by the views. So I'm like, okay, YouTube is racist and black men don't support real shit. So many people do the Just Pearly Things video. I haven't heard anyone break down how well Hafez exposed Just Pearly Things. They talked about when Hafez, how they felt, the first discussion, they felt Hafez lost. And it was a million men making videos. But when Hafez actually had a real conversation where he was able to be on equal footing, he discovered some things. Y'all remember when Obsidian said, fuck y'all niggas, I'm here for the money? Hafez exposed. That's why Obsidian works so well with Just Pearly Things. They're both grifters. They're both grifters. Hafez exposed that Just Pearly Things does not have powernomics, black family, wealth, power in her purview. Just Pearly Things is doing what she's doing for entertainment. I think that's the biggest bombshell. That's the biggest bombshell so far in 2023. That conversation with Hafez and Just Pearly Things, and what I said tonight about how Just Pearly Things was able to come in this sector, and it was what DJ Kuda was talking about the other day. Just Pearly Things is here because we don't cooperate with each other. We don't support each other. I be fucking with we just don't. We don't cooperate with each other. We don't support each other. And I like the shorts because it's generational. And I knew it was generational. And my goal was to get away from the old niggas. I don't want nobody 40, 50 watching my show. I just don't. I don't like y'all niggas. I don't want no baby boomers watching my show. I don't want none of y'all watching my show. Y'all don't understand the internet. Y'all don't understand how this shit works. It's really feminine the way y'all do shit. No one else flags. No one else flags. Black people get flagged. You know, I did the story the other day on the PPP loan. 92% of the PP loans are forgiven. You know who's gonna go to jail for a fraudulent PP loan? Somebody black. Because we tell on, this is what Negroes do. So Kim Kardashian could get a PPP loan. Tom Brady can get a PPP loan. They can steal money from the government. But you know who's going to pay for it? Somebody black. Because it will be somebody black who tells on them. And then we will point the finger at the white man. Oh, the white man didn't know. Niggas did it. Niggas do it to niggas. And that's what's happening on YouTube. Roger lost his show. When I came back to Roger's show, I'm like, damn, Roger said I lost my show. I'm like, what? No one watches Roger but black men. Roger would love to say it was a black woman who came on the panel, but black women got jobs. They got lives. They got multiple dicks. It wasn't a black woman. I know Roger knew it wasn't a black woman. Black women got jobs. They got lives. They got a boyfriend and a nigga on the side. But you niggas, you nuttin' ass EDD, PPP, pandemic ass niggas with no job, no bitch, no life in your mama house on a EDD Obama cell phone be playing. And you take your little welfare money and you send it to bitches like Danica and the rest of these hoes, and then you come on black man's platforms and you flag them. You do all this little girl shit. That's how fucked up our psyche is. Because you think this person don't deserve a voice. You just don't know how to not watch a nigga. Yeah, it's niggas doing this. It's niggas that's keeping. I said it almost a year ago when Kevin Samuels was alive. Academics changed this whole. Academics does court. Academics, I know academics, watch me. Academics is racist, and academics is a pussy, and academics is a bitch. And I know academics in his chat niggas watch me. He steals my content. Academics never did politics. Academics never did courtroom coverage. Academics said Kevin Samuels came from a part of YouTube, and these guys make a lot of good points. He's talking, and then academics start fucking with Fresh and Fit. Red pill manosphere content. Academics saw the wave. He said Kevin Samuels come from a part of YouTube, and these men are marginalized, but they have good points. They fight and beef with each other too much, and that keeps them in the niche. I said it on Roger. I went to a lot of panels. I tried to explain to them that academics, Charlemagne, Andrew Schultz, these people were coming from outside of the manosphere, and it manifested into Just Pearly Things. That was the manifestation. I said, these people have noticed the market that Kevin Samuels created, just like Big Meats. Big Meats created a market, and everybody noticed that $1 billion distribution, and then they wanted it because it was a Negro, and we can marginalize Negroes. We can divide them up and take that market from him. They did the same thing to Kevin Samuels. We can murder Kevin Samuels and take the market. This was a market grab. Kevin Samuel was murdered, and just like Big Meats was moved, it would create a vacuum. And every nigga was saying, oh God, let Kevin Samuels talk the place die, and fuck Kevin Samuels, and rah, 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 rah. Just Pearly Things came in and got that money. Just Pearly Things came in and got that money while niggas be niggas. While niggas try to, you know what I said to Roger one day? I said, what's problem is, and the reason why I'm different from everybody is, the black content creators try to make the niggas happy. That's why I just said, fuck the niggas in my chat right now. The sometimey ass niggas in my chat who support when they want to support. Nigga, you better go call YouTube. If you want to be back in my good graces, you better go right YouTube. You better start screaming perfect somewhere else, because I don't give a fuck about you niggas no more. Tracy be holding me down. Deborah be holding me down. You niggas is fly by night. Fuck you niggas. Fuck you niggas. None of my views come from you niggas in the chat. Y'all niggas didn't help me grow. I grew myself with my shorts. And you bitch ass niggas will let niggas flag me. You bitch ass niggas will let me be down and not call YouTube. You bitch ass niggas will laugh at my folly. Oh, perfect. You should have been nicer. I really don't want you niggas in the chat. Don't watch me. Get the fuck up out of here. I'm tired of the fake ass. See, I told Roger, I said, niggas curate their content to the audience. I don't let the audience curate I do my content. Niggas curate their content to fit the audience of the fucking Negro male. How fucking stupid is that? Niggas is fucking dumb and ain't shit. Why the fuck would you curtail your content to fit the Negro male? Especially the niggas on YouTube. That's what keeps us in the niche. I don't do that. I do sermons. I talk about geopolitics in a way that no one else has caught up to. I be light years away ahead of niggas in psychology. I talked about Pavlov, Skinner almost 2 years ago. Now everybody's on Hitler. But I told you about the ghetto. I told you about Operation Paperclip. I told you about the actual people who designed the shit that we're living in. It ain't just enough for people to say, oh, Operation Paperclip. Do you know about the psychologists who designed the reason why you get suspended from school, why you get sentenced by judges the way you do? Skinner. I broke down the whole thing, who Skinner was, who Pavlov was. If you think about Fauci, in the way a PhD at a certain level can dictate policy all the way down to the minute level, now you can understand the influence of a Skinner, of a Pavlov, and the German scientists and psychologists who came over here after World War II and implemented the ghetto and racism. Now everybody want to talk about Hitler. I'm on something else now. When I'm not, this is another reason why I'm not attracted by this live stream shit. I'm doing my research as God is leading me in other places in my faith. I was sitting down watching a thing from Cambridge Analytica, and I'm thinking I would love to present this information on my podcast, but there's no one on YouTube that's in my purview that could understand this. These three white men were talking about Christianity and God. I've taken a lot of AP history classes. I've done extensive studying outside of YouTube in my collegiate profession, in my career, right? So I can understand the conversation of these three intellectuals. Some had graduated from Oxford, and I'm thinking, oh, Bill Clinton. I remember when I studied and read about Bill Clinton and his biography, and he went to Oxford and all of his exploits and how much fun he had. And they're talking about God and atheism, right? From three different perspectives. They're in Florence. They're not even in America. They're in Florence. And the conversation quickly gets to Hitler. And the white man said, I was born Christian, I was raised Christian, but then I went and I became not agnostic, but atheist. And then now in his second half of his life, this whole conversation is because a lot of white men are coming back to Christianity and religion. Now, I talked to you about demographics. I've talked to you about the birth rate. Now, these white men, what's so complex and the reason why I would love to present the information, but I had to present it with something like a Green Gorilla. But Green Gorilla and them niggas over there are smart, dumb niggas who try to use big words and no one even understand. How many people really understand nameless? Nameless, do you know how many people do not know what the fuck you're talking about? I would wager that 99% of the people in the manosphere, black niggas, don't know what Nameless is talking about as far as whiteness and blackness. But I would love to present this conversation on Green Gorilla and Nameless, because what I heard, what I keep hearing from these scientists now dealing with their immortality, right, is that you didn't leave Christianity. You have to extrapolate. You have to hear what's not said. These white men did not leave Christianity. You left for nothing. You left Christianity for something. That's why the conversation so quickly divulged to Hitler, because white men during that time left Christianity because something else was better. But they won't admit that. So why did you leave Christianity and you become atheist? Atheism allows you to do what to who? They left Christianity to become atheists. They left Christianity not to become atheists. They left Christianity for whiteness. Now whiteness is dying out. So now the white man wants God to help him. They up there trying to be intelligent. They up there trying to be professorial, discussing their spirituality. Oh, I was Christian. One of them said something profound. He said, the world we live in is Christian. We all are swimming in Christian waters. He qualified it by saying this. He said, think about this. The ideal that humans have rights is Christian. Good and bad, God and the devil and the evil, and that you are born of God and you are bestowed with certain rights. That comes from the concept of God and religion. You have to think that as men, we had to create religion and create God to give us human rights. We actually believe we're entitled to life, liberty. You're not. It's laughable. He said, if I can believe in human rights, then I can believe in angels. Now, liberals listening might say, perfect, what do you mean? What do you mean there's no such thing as human rights? But lately, in the conversation about abortion, which I'm going to go to in a second, you've been hearing people say humans don't have dominion. Humans don't have more right over the earth, land, sea, and air than any other living thing on the planet, and that's fact. So human rights is a mythos created by religion. Me and my wife was watching on Netflix the show Alone. And those people were left on the island to die. There were no human rights. There was no God. There was no religion. See, God and religion was born out of living on the tundra where men acted like men, and a woman might get taken, a child might get taken. Just like when a lion comes on the pride and they kill all the baby lions. Human men did that. Human men were the lions when we lived on the tundra. So men would stop taking children and women and food and booty. Religion and God was created. And humans were endowed with certain rights, inalienable human rights. Without God, y'all don't even. I'm gonna go to a different subject because you motherfuckers don't deserve me. I'm gonna talk about that type of shit on Patreon when you bitch ass niggas pay me, and I'm gonna still say fuck you because you should have subscribed a long time ago. Fuck you niggas. You motherfuckers don't know nobody like me that talk like me that could teach you the way I teach you. Who the fuck you know gonna tell you some shit like that? This the first time you ever heard a black man say some shit like that. Black Ram ain't on this shit, nigga. And tell him I said it, nigga. With all the angels and demons shit. Human rights is a farce. That's why we created religion. That's why we created God. Because if we didn't create religion and God, motherfuckers would get ate up, especially the pussy niggas who be hating on me. You would be food. You would be food. So man, King James, they created God and religion to give order. And yes, to control people. People say it's a mechanism of control. Yeah, to stop the slaughter. Yeah, it was a mechanism of control to stop the slaughter. Because men were savages. Men are savages. Shout out to Jordan Peterson. Men were savages. And you had to live on the frozen tundra. There were no refrigerators. There were no stoves. There were no microwaves. And if you weren't a savage, you weren't going to live. If you wasn't a savage, we'd be at the house party with bad bitches and savages, mad bitches. They mad bitches. They mad at us, because nobody can fuck with us. 5.0, we about to fuck shit up. Sign to the streets. You two won't play me. We be at the house party with bad bitches and savages eating raw meat. If you watch that Netflix show, you die if you don't kill. There ain't no vegans. There is no vegan before a refrigerator. There is no vegan before a microwave. You die if you don't kill. It's kill or be killed. And another thing about on there, you got to know how to clean. You got to know how to catch, kill, and clean. Game. Because if you don't know how to kill it and you don't know how to clean it, if you don't know how to catch it, you can't kill it. Once you kill it, you gotta know how to clean it because you can taint the meat and kill yourself. Savages. I grew up with savages. 2 stoves, Rogue. I tapped in with my cousin. The world changed so much, man. So many people have a voice who wouldn't even be allowed in my car. But I'm an asshole. I'm a dickhead. I wouldn't let you in my car, and I wouldn't let you stand outside with me. Just like Nipsey Hussle told that nigga, you a snitch, get up out of here. I wouldn't let you in my car, and you would not stand on the block. I don't give a fuck if you was at the end of the block. You hear what the fuck I said? If I could see your bitch ass, I'm shooting down there, I'm gonna beat your ass. I would not let you niggas in my car, and you bitch ass niggas wouldn't even be outside when I was outside. Shout out to Black Ram. Black Ram said you had to be somebody to go outside because I am outside. And I'm not letting you in my car. You're not hitting my weed. And your bitch ass can't even be outside when I'm outside. Because I'm mad. I'm upset because my mama smoked crack, my daddy gone, and your bitch ass not going to help me when them niggas from the other side come over here. So to practice, I'm going to beat your bitch ass. To practice, I'm going to beat your bitch ass. To practice, I'm going to beat your bitch ass. But fucking academics could talk shit and say he want to fight Little Baby. And Little Baby just got to stay calm. Academics don't know nothing about where Little Baby is from. The pain Little Baby. Little Baby was in the penitentiary as a little nigga. You ain't never heard nothing fraudulent about him. Came through that shit solid, came home and got rich. You think academics could do something like the American Negro does? I'm tired of you bitch ass niggas hating on us, because when you hate on me, there's no voice for the real. You hate on me, you don't support me, and all you have is academics who's not an American-born Negro. He's a Caribbean, and he talking shit to Little Baby. He calling Sergio Kitchens a snitch. You know what I said today? Me and God was talking. Academics, racist, big, fat, bitch ass. How can a millionaire be a snitch? For all the smart, dumb niggas. How can a millionaire be a snitch? But that's what we come to because we don't have any collaborative cooperation. Academics, who's not an American-born Negro, his mother is not a daughter of a slave. His grandmother didn't pick cotton. My mama actually picked cotton till her fingers bled. But academics gets to call us snitches and talk shit and say black people are criminals when black women are the most educated sector in the globe. Women like my mom and my auntie making more money than anyone in his family in that dirty ass shanty town you come from, you piece of shit academics motherfucker, you. You can't touch none of my aunties and my mamas in San Francisco and Oakland, Baldwin Hills. Fuck you, bitch. Blacks are criminals. The fuck wrong with you? But he get that shit off. He get that shit off because we don't stick together. He gets that shit off because we don't stick together. What was I going to show? Alec Baldwin is getting charged with murder. I don't know if y'all know fair use. Alec Baldwin's getting charged with murder. Let's run through these video clips real quick. I'm going to run through these video clips real quick. It's the Money, Music, and Sports show. I didn't spend my whole time preaching.
Well, along with my special prosecutor, we got the report from the Santa Fe County Sheriff's Office. We initiated an extensive review of that, and I will say that it was a well investigated case. But we had some follow up that we had to speak with some experts, and once we read through everything and researched the case law and the law here in New Mexico, we realized that we believe that there was probable cause to charge Alec Baldwin and Hannah Gutierrez Reed with involuntary manslaughter.
And what were some of the key pieces of evidence that you used that factored into that decision?
Well, that there was such a lack of safety and safety standards on that set, that there were live rounds on set. They were mixed in with regular dummy rounds. Nobody was checking those, or at least they weren't checking them consistently. And then they somehow got loaded into a gun, handed off to Alec Baldwin. He didn't check it. He didn't do any of the things that he was supposed to do to make sure that he was safe or that anyone around him was safe. And then he pointed the gun at Helena Hutchins and he pulled the trigger.
You talk about the safety on the set. As part of your investigation, was there one thing that was done or one thing that was said that sealed it for you that this should be prosecuted?
No, actually, I think it was the totality of the circumstances, that this was a really fast and loose set, and that nobody was doing their job. There were 3 people that if they had done their job that day, this tragedy wouldn't have happened. And that's David Halls, Hannah Gutierrez Reed, and Alec Baldwin. If they had just done their basic duties, we wouldn't be standing here.
Can you help our viewers understand? So the state officials did a report. It was signed by the chief medical investigator saying that there was no compelling evidence that this was intentional, right?
Right.
So help our viewers understand, if it's an accident, which most people seem to think it is, why is that a crime?
Because just because it's an accident doesn't mean that it's not criminal. Our involuntary manslaughter statute covers unintentional killings, unintentional homicides.
Shout out to the Ratchet TV gang. Y'all make sure I've been fucking with Ratchet TV. I've been on the panel over there. Y'all want to see me in a different light where I'm not cussing people out. Y'all can check me out on the Ratchet TV. Shout out to Ratchet TV gang. Today we were talking about this. Well, not this. Today we were talking about the Takeoff, right? And the thing about DJ Pat in the Takeoff case is DJ Pat, the district attorney has said it's an accident. The Houston PD has said it's an accident. Actually, today on Ratchet TV, it was a great show because Ratchet had an exclusive on, there was more than one person shot that night. Takeoff was murdered, but there was a young lady who was shot in the head, and she just did an exclusive interview in Houston, right? So Ratchet been doing great reportive work over there. Ratchet, what I would say to you, did you just hear what she said? This district attorney just said, they said basically Takeoff's murder was an accident, and this district attorney said she's charging Alec Baldwin simply because it's an accident does not make it not criminal. That's big, man. That's big, man. Next time I'm on the Ratchet show, I'm gonna bring that up. But you know, it's different laws in different states, but you know, law's supposed to be the same across the board. That's what America is all about. And I think I kind of agree with that. You know, he's been charged with 2 counts of involuntary manslaughter. I got to look at what DJ Pat is charged with again. The guy who's being charged with the murder of Takeoff has already been granted bail. Houston PD has said that this was an accident related to a dice game. The young lady who Ratchet presented today also said that this was an accident related to a dice game. But this to me right here, this is huge, right? Shout out to Ratchet TV gang. This is saying that even though that Houston PD says it's an accident, even if this young lady says it's an accident, that does not make it not criminal. This guy does not get to go scot-free. Oh, that's a big one. That's a big one. That's a big one. Team Perfect in the building. We doing our work. So that's the first story clip that I want to show y'all right there. Alec Baldwin, 3 people being charged in the death. If you don't recall, it's on the set of a movie that Alec Baldwin was filming, and you just heard what they said. They were mixing live rounds with fake rounds. This was a dummy prop gun, and I think it wasn't even a scene. He was just playing with the gun, shooting the gun. He pointed at this girl and killed her. It wasn't even a scene, so I think it's appropriate, right? I think it's appropriate. So the next story is a sad story. This story, you know, they don't have a lot of detail, but this story is a 6-year-old shot a teacher. Did y'all hear about that? 6-year-old shot a teacher. And I looked at the teacher. The teacher is white. It looks like a black school. They're not really putting out a picture, but I'm gonna read an article. I'm gonna play this video, and it's funny how narratives get out there. Ratchet and I were talking today about narratives, right? And one of the narratives that I read while I was doing my research is people were asking, are they going to charge the parents? And I did some investigating, and I'm kind of upset. And I hope if you're a real 5.0 member, you'll be pissed off when you find out some of the truth about the background of this situation, which is not always presented in the narrative to help sell media, sell clicks. But that's why we do investigative reporting on this stuff, because we ain't all about the clicks and shit.
Warner was providing class instruction. The 6-year-old child displayed a firearm, pointed it at her, and fired 1 round. There was no physical struggle or fight. She suffered a gunshot wound, but she was still able to get all of her students out of that classroom.
Police tell CNN they have been in touch with the parents.
We determined that the firearm was in the residence where they lived, and the child had obtained that firearm, placed it in his backpack, and brought it to school.
The teacher, Abby Zwerner, made it from the classroom to the main office despite a bleeding chest wound, according to a grandparent who happened to be there and administered CPR to the teacher.
She came into the office saying that she had been shot. She had blood on her hand and blood on her shirt, and she said that she had been shot. I don't know if she fainted, but she had fallen to the floor.
Here's what one 8-year-old experienced in another classroom.
We all stayed quiet. 2 people were crying. I will help them. And when the cops came, we were marching to the gym, and we were all safe.
A SWAT team secured the school. No students hurt.
But I can tell you that the individuals responsible will be held accountable. I can promise that.
The teacher upgraded to stable condition. The suspect taken into custody.
We need to keep the guns out of the hands of our young people. These are the things that happen when we have access to weapons.
The police chief, Steve Drew, has just told us that the child in question who fired the shot is being treated at a local medical facility. When we asked the chief if the parents would be charged in the case, the chief kind of dodged that question, said they need to get more information from the investigation, talk to the detectives, talk to the Child Protective Services people, and to the Commonwealth's attorney before determining whether the parents will be charged.
Now you see immediately the liberal narrative start to spin. Immediately the liberal narrative, and they use a black face, a black pastor talking about we need to get the guns out of everybody's hands. That's a liberal democratic talking point from the DNC. Okay? They said at the end of the report, they spoke to charging the parents, and they said the police chief dodged the question about charging the parents. Now let's go a little bit deeper. I'm going to piss you off. I'm pissed off. I want to piss you off. Y'all could tell how I'm feeling today. Perfect Time had been going bad all day. And I gives no fucks about the shit. Family of 6-year-old who first saw teacher says firearm was secure. Now I'm going to piss you off. Yeah, I am. I'm going to piss you off. We're going to play the video. But I just played the video. Let's go to the background. Let's go to the background of what happened, because a lot of people who talk about this story going to come at it from a liberal narrative and going to come at it from a Negro narrative. But Perfect Timing Podcast, this is the reason why you're here. This is the reason why I've been blessed. Listen to what the real story is, and you might be upset because you might have an intimate relationship to this mathematics. The family of a 6-year-old boy who shot a first-grade teacher in her classroom earlier this month said the gun retrieved from their home was secured, according to a statement from their attorney. Our family has always been committed to responsible gun ownership and keeping firearms out of the reach of children. The firearm our son accessed was secured, according to the Thursday statement provided by the NBC attorney James Ellison. It continued, our hearts go out to our son's teacher, and we pray for her health and healing in the aftermath of such unimaginable tragedy as she selflessly, where my glasses at? Where my glasses at? Hold on. Y'all got to hear this shit. As she selflessly served our son and the children in the school, she has worked diligently and compassionately to support our family. We sought the best education and learning environment for our son. We thank her for her courage, grace, and sacrifice. We grieve alongside all of other teachers, family, and administration for how horrific the incident has impacted them, our community, and the nation. In the shooting, Abigail was critically wounded while teaching about 20 students. Werner survived and is recovering, officials have said. Okay, check this out. The chief said the boy's mother legally purchased the gun, which the boy took from his home. He said a key element in the investigation to be determined if the gun was properly secured. No charges have been announced in the case. The family said the child is disabled. Now, CNN is not some Rudy Runk Punk type of news organization. That was a major news organization. That wasn't the local station for that city where the shooting occurred. That was a national 24/7 syndicated broadcast cable news channel who left out this fact that could affect the trial if charges were later to come against the parents. Please do not leave that out. Remember what I told you about the narrative. I talked about this on the Ratchet channel. These narratives show up again in indictments. Should the parents be charged? And the police chief dodged that question. The police chief didn't dodge the question. The parents shouldn't be charged. We need to talk about the mental health crisis in America with the homeless and everything. The child's disabled. Our son suffers from an acute disability and was under a care plan at the school that included his mother or father attending school with him and accompanying him to class every day. Single parent home, single mama had a gun. Additionally, our son has benefited from an extensive community of care that also includes his grandparents working beside us, other caregivers to ensure his needs and accommodations are met. The week of the shooting was the first week when we were not in class with him. We will regret our absence on this day for the rest of our lives. Since the shooting, the statement added the boy has been in a hospital receiving treatment he needs. We continue to pray for the teacher's full recovery and for her loved ones who are undoubtedly upset and concerned. At the same time, we love our son, and we are asking that you please include him and your family in your prayers according to the statement. Wow. That's a hell of a story, ain't it? Who knew it was going to take that turn? That's a hell of a story, ain't it? I truly believe this is a little black boy shot a white teacher. We don't really have the background on it. As I read the story for the second time, I'm now understanding that he comes from a single parent home and his mother purchased the gun, and the mother claims that the gun was secure, ladies and gentlemen. But it's deeper, you guys. This story gets worse. Like, think about the math that I presented to you already. A 6-year-old shoots a first grader with the gun that he obtained from his mother's home. It gets worse, you guys. The school superintendent, George Parker III, said during the January 12th town hall that wasn't public that the boy had come to school late and that his book bag was inspected upon his arriving at the office to sign in. According to parents who watched the meeting, at least one administrator was notified of a possible weapon. Mentally disabled child living in a single parent home, but the mom has a gun. The mom claimed the gun was secure. This is just like the case with the white boy who was mentally ill and the mother had bought him a gun. Single parent home, living with the mom. It doesn't matter the race. Single parent home, living with the mom. The mom has a gun even though her son is mentally ill to the point where the son can't go to school without a parent. I would say she didn't need a gun in the house. She needed a man in the house. Okay, anyway, because if a father was there, the father would have been responsible for securing the gun and protecting the family, protect and provide. But single parent mom in a home with a mentally ill child to the point where he can't even go to school by himself, but she got a gun. Is the gun to protect her from the sun? What was the gun for? Okay. Be that as it may, this is the first week that the boy went to school without his parents. Be that as it may, the boy showed up late. So the single baby mama, does she have a job? How could she have a job if she been going to school this the first week? Maybe this was her first week with a job. I could empathize with that. I've been through that with my single mom. Rest in peace, Mama Shirley. Was this her first week back to work? This is why she couldn't go to school with the boy. Anyway, the boy showed up late. Recipe for the disaster. Single parent home, single mom, late to school. But it's a failure by everybody in this liberal democratic system that we live in. It was a failure by everybody. They search the bag because he's late. They find the gun. I got to end this shit. They search the bag because he's late. They find the gun. They leave the gun in the bag. They leave the gun in the bag and they let him go to class. He shoots the teacher. And what do you hear from CNN? CNN say we should arrest the parents. CNN puts the narrative out that this is about guns, a Democratic talking point, that we need to get rid of the guns and we need to arrest the parents. CNN didn't tell you that the school failed the teacher. If I'm the teacher, I'm suing the school. You can't sue a 6-year-old child, especially a mentally ill 6-year-old child, and one of your own colleagues who responsibility it was to tell you that the kid potentially had a gun in his backpack. No one told the teacher and no one called the police. Let me finish this part in the article. No one told the teacher and no one called the police. At least one administrator was notified of a possible weapon. A Newport News police spokesperson said authorities determined through their investigation that a school employee was notified of a possible firearm at Redneck Elementary School before the shooting occurred, adding that the Newport News Police Department was not notified of this information prior of the incident. So they had told people in the school about the gun, but don't tell the teacher about the gun and let the little boy go to the classroom. Don't tell the teacher that there's a kid in your class with a gun. Why let the boy in the school? If you find the gun, why give him the backpack back? This is so complicated. Who is the failure? Who failed the teacher? Who failed the teacher? This is some cold shit because I know y'all gonna hear about this story, but this is the whole reason why I talk about the Young Thug case, why I talk about these cases, because I want to combat the narrative. I want to challenge your ability to think, your cognitive ability, and to actually think original thought. And I think we're missing and lacking original thought. I think everything is dictated by social media and the computer, and no one has the ability to think anymore. People think toxic masculinity is a real thing. When I tell people toxic masculinity was created in a think tank, people don't understand what a think tank is. It's the same logic behind why people don't understand that YSL is not a gang, because you don't understand the complexities behind toxic masculinity and how. This is the reason why I did the Amber Heard. Amber Heard didn't even write the op-ed. The ACLU wrote the op-ed. The ACLU said they wrote the op-ed and lied on Johnny Depp because they wanted to get legislation passed. What kind of legislation? LGBT legislation that led to a man impregnated a woman in prison. Did y'all even know that what the Johnny Depp trial was actually about? What happened in the midst of the Me Too era? What laws were passed? If you would have been listening to the Perfect Timing podcast, you would know. I didn't just show the Amber Heard Johnny Depp trial. What we uncovered in our coverage of the Amber Heard and Johnny Depp trial was a sinister plot by the liberal Dems and the ACLU to pass LGBT legislation. It wasn't even about women. The white women got played. Now white women are in jail. I laugh about the shit now because now you see white women. There was a white woman who did a TikTok talking about, I went to the gym. I went to the gym and I came out of the shower naked and there was a naked man walking around. I don't know what to do. And I went to the manager and I said, there's a man in there. And the manager cussed her ass out. The manager said he could go shower wherever he want to shower. Yeah, bitch. That's what you get from the pink pussy hat in the Me Too movement, bitch. There's a man in there. My 5-year-old sister who does a swim class every Saturday at that same facility, who the locker room used to be a haven for me and my friends when we would swim and we would take showers and laugh and talk in nakedness in the bathroom. And now my sister, and she can't do that because there's a man in there. Nah, bitch. Me too, bitch. Me too, bitch. I get the shower. Me too, bitch. I get the shower too. Me too, bitch. I get to use the shower too. Me too, bitch. They didn't tell you white bitches what Me Too was about. They didn't tell you bitches what Me Too was about. Ooh, Me Too, bitch. Amber Heard didn't even write the op-ed. Amber Heard redlined the lines that said Johnny Depp abused her. They said, we got to keep this in here to make the story go viral. It's going to help your career. Don't that sound similar to something? And you need a man, and he need a plan, and y'all need them bands. Do you understand what the fuck that I'm saying? I got money in rubber bands, yeah. And Tory Lanez, Meg Thee Stallion. Don't that sound familiar to you? Amber Heard didn't even write the op-ed. Turns out Meg Thee Stallion lied to Gayle King, lied to investigators, lied to the judge, lied to the DA, lied to police, lied to AMT, lie. Who wrote the lies? Oh, it's going to help your career, Megan. You got to say Tory shot you. It's going to help your career, Amber. You got to say Johnny Depp beat you. She didn't want any of that shit to come out in the trial. She redlined all that shit. But the ACLU were using Amber Heard just like Rock Nation and the Dems and Stacey Abrams used Meg Thee Stallion. Oh, you didn't know that was political? You didn't know Meg Thee Stallion became a political operative? Y'all don't remember when Meg Thee Stallion did the interview with Maxine Waters during the trial? So Meg Thee Stallion was seen on screen with Maxine Waters and Gayle King. Did y'all forget that she lied to Maxine Waters? Yeah, after the shooting, she did an interview. Y'all look it up right now. Maxine Waters called her a genius. After her awards and success, didn't Maxine Waters present her an award? After her award for what was it? Wet WAP. Y'all know what WAP means. We're not gonna say it. I did enough cussing today. Fuck YouTube one more time with their racist bitch ass. Maxine Waters congratulated her. And she lied to Maxine Waters about the events of that night. Tainting the jury again. Sticking to the narrative. We haven't found out what the purpose was behind it. I say it's the libs and the Democrats. But the Amber Heard Johnny Depp case, the Amber Heard and the Johnny Depp case was created to sell the Me Too movement. The Me Too movement was created to sell LGBT legislation. LGBT Lucky Charms community legislation that got them into the bathrooms, into prisons. You guys didn't even know that they were aiming at prisons. Everybody was surprised. People are surprised that they defunded the police. When I did the story about Oakland and I showed the chief of police in Oakland crying for help. Portland, Oregon, chief of police crying for help. Murder up 200%. Los Angeles shut down robbery, shut down prostitution. In Los Angeles, in San Francisco, in Chicago, in Portland, all major cities. Gavin Newsom just announced a $24 billion deficit. All the police can do is murder. We don't have enough detectives to do robbery and homicide. So you can steal anything up to $1,500. There's no more robbery, grand larceny. That department, that division is closed down. Prostitution, sex work is legal. That's closed down. But it's opened up to child trafficking. So you legalize sex work. The women in the prostitution and the slut walk push so hard for sex workers to be legalized because they made you fall in love with strippers, but all that did is make it even more difficult for the detectives to track down the sex crimes, the sexual trafficking. Because how do you know if that girl is 18 and I don't have a unit to do that investigation anymore? I used to have a unit that did prostitution that would get the young girls off the street and put pimps in jail. Put pimps in jail who were pimping 14, 16-year-old girls. That's what the prostitution unit used to do. They would put pimps in jail who were pimping 14-year-old girls, and they would get the 14-year-old girl off the street. The 14-year-old girl didn't look 14 or 16. That's what Sinful to Peace said, rest in peace. But that's what the prostitute division would do. It always wasn't about stopping grown women. But now you don't have an investigation unit to stop these sex crimes. And you have more girls doing it now. The girls have eliminated the pimps. They're going online and they're getting hurt in hotels in these situations. Y'all didn't know that they defunded the police. But Me Too, with the pink pussy hat, did anybody ever ask what legislation came out of Me Too? Oh, man, I got to cut this out, man. That's too funny. It was Lucky Charms got the legislation. There was no legislation for women in Me Too. The legislation that came out of Me Too was the laws that allowed that man to get a woman pregnant in a female prison. That's what came out of Me Too. Amber Heard and Johnny Depp case helped sell Me Too. Helped sell the fact that we need Me Too. I'm bringing up Me Too because you got Alec Baldwin being charged for this shooting. That's a theme. Okay. So what other video do I got? I got another video. I'll share with you guys. I don't know if this is my last video or not. So we did the shooting. We did Alec Baldwin. I got reparations. I got a black coach being fired. Y'all heard about Lovey being fired, another black coach fired. And then we got San Francisco. I'm from the Bay, so let's do the Bay. I'll do the Bay. I know it's sports, and I should shout out to Street Doctor. That's my brother. Shout out to the Street Doctor. Street Doctor and I did some shows. Street Doctor did a great episode. I followed up on the lawsuit that was put forth by a black coach, and we talked about the Blakely rule. Y'all help me out. Is it Blakely rule, Bradley rule? Well, a lot of us were not aware that the NFL, because of I guess affirmative action and lack of black representation in the ownership and the coaching and the staffing, there's a rule that you have to interview blacks for coaches positions, head coaching positions, but you don't have to hire them. And this lawsuit lodges that not only were blacks interviewed knowing that they would never be hired, but certain blacks were hired and paid to lose. Hired and set up to fail. So it's turned into a class action lawsuit, and a few other coaches have joined this brother talking about, being set up to look bad as head coaches and being paid to lose. So me and Street Doctor went in on that, and then you have a black coach in the midst of this lawsuit being fired after one season, and that was Lovey. But I'm going to talk about San Francisco Reparations Committee proposes a $5 million payment for each black resident. Because, this is something that deserves to be talked about. And I don't know how many people are aware of it. And I'm sure you may have heard peripherally about reparations discussions in the Bay Area in San Francisco. So I'm going to share with you this real quick, because I don't know if you knew how far discussions had got and what was occurring in San Francisco. So this is not the first place where they've had these type of reparations discussions. I think they had some in the South, on North Carolina. They had like a reparations committee. I remember Yvette Carnell talking about some other folks that had some reparation stuff going in another state on the Atlantic. We on the Pacific over here. But shout out to Yvette Carnell and Breaking Brown. hopefully you know who Yvette Carnell is and Tone Talks and Breaking Brown, the creators of ADOS. The people who brought you and why you know about the book, The Color of Money, redlining, and the whole argument, the true argument behind reparations, the true argument that Martin Luther King was making in that last speech about land grabs and how whiteness was created. What Nameless is talking about. Shout out to Yvette Carnell, Tone Talks, and the Nameless protagonist, Sword Form 1 through 7. Martin Luther King said in that speech how whiteness was created, how land grants was given out and then undergirded by a farming agency and then farming loans and then housing loans, and all this whiteness and wealth was created. It's not just existing, and it's still supported today by the European capitalistic structure. And then Martin Luther King said we got to go back, like Yvette Carnell been saying, and get our whiteness. We got to get our check. We got to be made white. You made these Slavics, you made them white. You made Polish, Irish, you made them white. You made them white. You made them wealthy. You made them the wealthiest people in the world. You created whiteness. You created separation. Yeah, Martin Luther King figured out that these individuals wasn't white. That the American government created and undergirded whiteness. Yeah. And I gave you the analogy of the floor, right? And a lot of people say Martin Luther King was wrong. Martin Luther King didn't do enough. Martin Luther King. So I told people on the Roger Report, and I told people here, I said, Martin Luther King got the dogs off your ass. I said, if you ever had to do a job, it's like a primer. I used the analogy of a dirty floor before. Let's use the analogy of a primer coat. Shout out to the old schools. Swanging and swanging and dip, dip, dip. Swanging and swanging and dip, dip, dip. Swanging and swanging. Have you ever rolled clean? Huh? Ride slow. Have you ever rolled clean? Okay, let's use the primer analogy, right? Last time I used the analogy of a dirty floor. Let's use the primer analogy. You gotta lay down a primer coat before, if you like candy paint. So you could get an Earl Shies paint job for $99, but that quality paint job, you gotta lay down a primer coat. Hey, you sound like my family home. Hey, baby. Yeah, you gotta lay down a primer coat. So Martin Luther King, in order to get that candy, that shine, when you paint the old school and you restoring it, because that's what it was, a restoration, you first got to buff it out. That's what Martin Luther King was doing, buffing it out, sanding it down. And Martin Luther King got it back, the body back right. Martin Luther King got the body back right. All the lines straight, sanded down, and he applied the first primer coat. Come on now. Martin Luther King took an old jalopy, restored it back to its original state, sanded it down, no bondo, all the lines straight, is ready for paint. The job is not done. It's ready for paint. The job is not done. But when Martin Luther King got to this restoration, it was an old rusty jalopy. And people bitching and whining that Martin Luther King didn't do all the work. And the restoration of that is the Black American Negro. Martin Luther King was supposed to do all the work in one setting. You ain't got to do shit. You ain't going to get the rims. You ain't going to get the tires. You ain't going to do the engine. You ain't going to do the interior. You ain't got to do the beat. You ain't going to do shit. We were not recognizable as a car, brothers. We were not even being treated as humans. We were not even being treated as humans. We were not even recognizable as a car. Martin Luther King brought us back. Not to a fully out, not to the factory, riding off of that, auction block, that Shelby auction block. But he did a hell of a job. It's a car. We on the road. We got the ability to apply that candy. And we've been satisfied with Earl Shives. We driving around the motherfucker Earl Shives. Just pissing on all the work he did. Pissing away all the work he did. He did a hell of a job. I'm proud of Martin Luther King. Thank you. Have you ever rolled clean? Nice on the scene. Did you know what I mean? Have you ever rolled clean? That's that Big Crit. If I was a tie, I'd probably ride on the road. Have you ever rolled clean? I love Big Crit because I'm from Mississippi. Have you ever rolled clean? A committee in San Francisco has released an extensive proposal for reparations that includes one-time payment of $5 million to each black resident. How many black people? We already did a movie of the last black resident in San Francisco. It's going to be all women because black men can't afford to live in San Francisco. Only people that's black that live in San Francisco is women on Section 8 and shit like that. And the niggas that they support and take care of. Okay, let's keep going. The San Francisco African American Reparation Advisory Committee, created in 2020 under the city's Human Rights Commission, was tasked. Remember what I told you about human rights? It's a fantasy. Was tasked to develop a plan to address the institutional city-sanctioned harm that has been inflicted upon African American communities. Well, I don't live there no more, dude. I get reparations? God, dog. The committee has no authority to implement its recommendations. Director of Economic Rights at the San Francisco African American Reparations Advisory Committee said the San Francisco Board of Supervisors received a draft of the 60-page proposal in late December and it expected to accept, amend, or reject it. A hearing to discuss their decision has not been set yet. This in the midst of a $24 billion deficit in California. Negroes in San Francisco want $5 million a piece. I want you to get it. I want you to get it. You deserve it. Go ahead and get it. A meeting has not been set yet. I bet not. I bet a meeting ain't been set yet. Have you ever rolled clean? What else I had to talk about? David Cosby passed away, but that's a bitch ass nigga, man. I looked at some shit he was talking on Twitter. He was on some sucker shit, so I'm not promoting that bitch ass. We're not promoting this bitch ass. It was some shit about a soccer team. Well, I don't watch soccer, but it was trending like a motherfucker though. Have you ever rolled clean? Have you ever rolled clean? They got it slow. All of my soldiers in the field stood straight and tall. El Pollo Loco. 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 y'all. Low. Cash App hold. Talk about my show. Big Crit, Daddy O. Perfect Timing Podcast. With the glass. If I was a wheel, I'd probably roll like a rolling stone. Yeah, man. We've been doing our thing all week long. We got one more day. Hey, my celebration. I want to say celebrate to everybody. Hey. Y'all can hate me. Yeah, what I hate. On this Free Friday, Focus Thursday celebration, as I slap every one of you soft suckers upside the head for not being ship street accepting simplified sucker. You deserve that bit. Fraudulent, prejudice, isolation, word that I gave you. You deserve every last bit of it. Because your motherfuckers is loud by the night, half-ass, no shit, come when you want to, supporting motherfuckers. There you is. There you is. Yeah, man, we gonna get this thing together, man. I'll be still playing with the audio. Just playing with the audio. And we blessed. We getting it together though.
Wipe the tears off. Wipe the tears off. So love don't live here anymore. Love don't live here. Love don't live here. Wipe the tears off. Wipe the tears off.
We still hear you, bitch you. 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 With audio. This shit, right? Cross out. Got the audio and the music. The audio the way I want it. Cross out.
Shot glasses, joint ashes. Don't need to anyway. Yes, baggage. We had it. No static. While we drank and smoked, while we drank.
I'ma play with it.
While we drank and smoked.
We still playing with it. Look at them with the How we sounding now? How we sounding? How we sounding in the headphones?
I'm on a mission to get over you in my time machine. In this hood, don't be turned. Ain't no review mirror ever clearer than the vodka shot that wipe my tears away. Shot glasses, joint ashes. Don't need to really guess baggage. We had it, no status.
How about that? Oh shit. How about that? How about that?
I'm trying to whip, she like speed. I got the ice, she trying to speed. I'm on the way, she like it deep. Who getting paid without me? I'm on stage, you on feet.
It's a motherfucker boy.
Who gon' stop us when it rain? Ain't no mobber, ain't no
Just fucking around, man, in the studio, man. Bless.
You can't lock us, hang my jersey in a locker club. Bottles always popping and who need love when you stop it. Wet glasses, shot glasses, joint ashes. Don't need to yes package.
Just fucking around. Just fucking around in the studio, man. Playing with this shit. Now I seen our boy DJ Kuda playing with the NPC. He did a good job. But this, I'm still fucking with it. Still fucking with it. This, I'm still fucking with it. I want to see how this is vibing right here. Like check. I like that. I like that. I like that. I like that. I like that.
I'm on a mission to get over you in my time machine. In this here, don't you turn. Ain't no review mirror ever clearer than the vodka shot that wipe my
teeth. Yeah, we fucking with it, man. Okay. I need an audio person, man. I need an audio file. I need an audio file. Asar is an audio file, though. That boy cold. He be on this. He be on the boards, boy. Asar be on the boards, cold. Okay. How I sound with the music, dog. How we sound with the music. How we sound with the music. It's tough to do both, man. The audio is tough. I got multiple channels, though. I'm on multiple channels. It has like 4 tracks, but then I got the Bluetooth and the cell phone, and then the USB input, right? So it has several channels. This motherfucker's a mean motherfucker, but it's just perfecting the operational shit. That's what's perfect. I'm just fucking with it right now because it's the end of the day. I'm gonna go tap in with Team Perfect. I'm gonna go tap in with Team Perfect. Have you ever walked clean?
If I was a rim, I'd probably hug on a curb and scrape the ground when I swing, dodging potholes when I swerve, wrapped in some bows and it's true. Not a pebble in my groove, in a beat with the bumper, cause it's screw up when I move. Elevated, modulated with adapter. Now we riding smooth as that to take a picture, that's a shine. You should capture with a flick of flame. Power the trunk and bang. I be thrown in the game, mine. Have you ever rolled clean? Have you ever rolled clean? Talk, go, fall in love when it crawls on the scene, on the scene. High in the sky till the night falls. Hot money on the clock, every day, not stop from If I was a grill, I shine my light on the reel and motherfuck out them loud to show them just how I feel and fall in love with a chrome lady and probably have chrome babies cause we got a real connection and anything couldn't fade it. Close but separated, I know, but the neons around me, so I go. I'm like the best edition, like who really needs an engine? I smile, they wave in the distance, like man. Have you ever rolled clean? Have you ever rolled clean? Talk, don't fall in love when it crawls on the scene, on the scene. High in the sky till the night falls. Hot money on the clock, every day, not stop. Have you ever rolled clean? Have you ever rolled clean?
Have you ever rolled clean? If you know what I mean. On the scene. Have you ever rolled clean? Have you ever rolled clean? What's another one? It's another one I like. It's time to go. It's time to go. We gotta go. We gotta go. Remember that with Pac? Checkout time. We gotta go. Man, Pac was the hardest, man. Y'all ain't got no music like that. We gotta go. If I was a rim, I'd probably hug on a curb and scrape the ground when I swing, dodging potholes when I swerve, wrapped in some bows and it's true. Not a pebble in my groove, in a beat with the bumper, cause it's screw up when I move. If I was a rim, I'd probably hug on a curb and scrape the ground when I swing, dodging potholes when I swerve, wrapped in some bows and it's true. Not a pebble in my groove, in a beat with the bumper, cause it's screw up when I move. Elevated, my
deleted with a dap, and now I'm riding smooth as that to take a picture, that's a shine. Hit your with a flick of flame. Car was a trunk and bang.